It's Elizabeth from the Toy Hoarder. I am back with another fun holiday toy for you guys. So, this is a Gremlins toy. I love Gizmo. I think the other Gremlins are pretty scary looking, but Gizmo is adorable and I'm a big fan. So, this is, I guess it just says Gremlins, but he is in Gremlins 1 and 2, I believe. So, either one. It's made by BST AXN. I don't know that company. It says BST features, BST articulation, and BST assortment. I don't even know what that stands for. I'm unsure, you guys. Does it say somewhere? Unsure. I'll have to look up that company later. Maybe they make other cool stuff. But this one is specifically a collectible, and it is holiday themed, and it also includes like a s'more roasting marshmallow type thing. It's going to be awesome. There's 18 points of articulation, and it is associated with Warner Brothers, which is a company that, of course, made the Gremlins films. So, super cool. There are a bunch of accessories. It looks like 2 pairs of hands, or maybe 2 pairs of extra hands, and then we've got 3 other accessories, a horn, a hat, and this other little s'mores roasting marshmallow thing, which looks pretty cool. So yeah, lots of stuff to pull out of here. I'm going to show you the box up close. And then we're going to get him open, we're going to check out his articulation, we're going to count his articulation to see how they counted it, and yeah. Okay, let's get him open. So, normally I would try to open it from the top, but it doesn't seem like this one actually opens from the top, so I'm going to open this one from the bottom, I guess. There is a piece of tape across the bottom here, right in the center, and then we'll be able to open this cardboard tab and pull out the tray inside. Oh, look, there's another cardboard tab that says Gremlins on it. Oh, goodness, more accessories that I didn't even know about. Oh, yeah. So, in the back corner here, it does say, "We're back," which makes me think Gremlins 2, but it's listed under Gremlins, so I don't know, you guys. Oh, I guess I could look for a date. This one is for ages 8 and up. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. I've been looking for a date, but I do not actually see one on here. So it's possible there's one printed somewhere on the figure, but I don't see it on the box. So I'm not sure when this toy was released. I'll try to find that out for you and put it in the description or the title if I do find out. But anyway, once this is open, there is a plastic tray on top, and it does have some of the molds of these accessories and stuff, so that way they don't rattle around too much and hopefully don't break. So I don't think I have anything in here that's broken, which is good news, guys. That was well done. I got a sticker. I didn't know this was coming with a sticker, but this is pretty cool. So we got the BST AXN sticker. Again, I don't know what that stands for, but I guess that's the company that made this, so look into them later, but that's pretty cool that that's in there. I've also got a candy cane, and it's not 2 pairs of extra hands. So we've got a set of hands that are on him, and then we've got an extra set of hands. Then we've got this big marshmallow thing that like marshmallow and pencil and paper clips and rubber band. It looks like he made it. It's fantastic. A little horn and a candy cane. So very, very cute. All of these accessories and figures and things are just in this tray, so I'm going to pop them out real quick, and then I'll show you everything up close and talk about articulation. First, I want to know if he stands on his own because I don't see any kind of stand in here. So good news, he does stand on his own. He's also pretty heavy, guys. He's a solid figure. He's not a hollow one. Here is Gizmo up close. He is, again, heavy, but super nicely made. A very thick figure. Nice material on this. Lots of detail as far as the texture of the fur here and the detail painted in of how these spots are working and are a bit more organic than just blocky sections. So this is well done. He has separate pieces that are actually the hands and the feet. It looks like there's a little bit of a blemish here, which I'm kind of surprised. This is a decent quality control issue. That being said, I guess I could get it off if I really wanted to. It's on the back of his arm, so it's not a big deal. He may also have possibly had a spot just right here on his wrist. I don't really know. I don't remember. So there's that. And on his toes, there are actually wrinkles on the knuckles of his toes, and there's little fingernails and little toenails all textured in, so that's pretty cool. There's no different paint there, but I'm not sure that it really would be a different color anyway for those nails, so that's pretty cool. He does have a hat, and this hat is very strange, you guys. I feel like it's just not going to stay on very well, but I guess they didn't really have a choice. So his head is weird because of these big ears that are so high up on his head, and him having basically a flat head right here. It's a mostly flat Santa hat that's happening. So he's got this little holiday hat, and it sits like so, and it doesn't stay on very well. I kind of wish maybe they'd put a magnet in each side so that it would magnet on. I think maybe that would have been the best plan. But if you move him around at all, his hat falls off, which is really quite disappointing, you guys. Or they put a peg and a ball. You could, well, I guess that would look weird when his hat was off. So yeah, maybe a magnet or something so that you could just, I don't know. The hat is also it's not as heavy as the figure. It's probably hollow, but it's a decent enough size and weight that it will just kind of fall right back off of his head, which is actually even the case while I'm trying to sit it on. Here we go. I set it a little higher up. Maybe it goes higher up. I don't know, but it seems very wobbly and precarious, and as I move him around, it's already sliding. So a little nervous about the hat. I don't want to break that. Okay. He does have alternate hands, so it looks like the hands that are on him right now are cupped hands, so he can hold accessories. So those are the two that he's got. He also has another pair of hands, and these hands are slightly more open. So we've got one that's cupped like a C, so it's open a little bit more. So his hands are cupped almost to an O right now. There's one that's open a little bit more as sort of a C, and then there's one that's open even further than that that looks more like this. So let me show you those up close. So there's those other alternate hands. I feel like I will probably use either the fully cupped or the partially cupped ones. That way he can hold accessories. That's usually my favorite pairs of hands to put in. I often lose the other hands that go with it. And I probably have somewhere a baggie of hands of all sorts of accessory or all sorts of action figures, and I have to figure out what goes to what, so that's a whole thing later. Anyway, guys, several accessories that he can hold. So we've got this candy cane. It's just a basic tiny candy cane, little peppermint stick with a hook on it. Pretty cute though, and I think he can hold it. He's got the tighter grip right now, so he should be able to, oops. I mean, theoretically, he should be able to hold on to it. There we go. Wow, a tighter grip than I was expecting, guys. It was very difficult to get in his hand. Maybe I should try one of the other ones and see if it fits better. Okay, the very open one is a no. And no on that either. All right, so he has to go in the hands that he initially came with for that one. Okay, we've got a trumpet for him. This is pretty cute, you guys, and this is fun because you can play with it with other action figures as well. Same thing with the candy cane. So, again, very hard to get in his hands. I really wish that they would add the articulation of this joint at the fingers. I think Jazzwares does some figures that are like that, and it makes it so much easier to get accessories in and out of the figure's hands, so it's really great for playtime. I really want more companies to get in on that. But yeah, I might have to use a slightly more open hand for this. Not the most open hand. What about this one? Alright, so the slightly more open hand might be better to grip this. It seems like it's almost too loose though for this, but as I'm trying to put it in his super closed hand, the actual material is bending. It's just so thin because it's made into this thin trumpet tube, and so it's bending the instrument, and I don't want to do that. So I may or may not put that in his hand because that's very, very difficult to do. Disappointed. All right, this is cool. So this looks like a marshmallow on a pencil that is then attached to this little bowstring, which is made out of a paperclip frame and a rubber band. Very cute. very creative, and definitely looks like it's made out of all of these supplies. And then of course the marshmallow is on fire, so he's roasting marshmallows with this, which is pretty cool. You can definitely add that into a fun playtime thing. As far as holding it, this one fits a lot better in this closed hand. It's fairly thin, so really the closed hand is your only option. The rubber band piece of this is not actually a rubber band. These are all made of probably vinyl, I would assume. But it's not elasticy. You can't actually pull it back and use it, but I'm okay with that. I still think it's really fun, and I think if you could pull it back and use it, the whole thing would just kind of fall apart and be inconvenient to do. So yeah. Alright, let's talk about articulation on Gizmo. Does he really not? Oh, wow. Okay, the head joint is really tight, you guys, but we do have a little bit of a back and forth on the head. And I guess maybe a slight up-down. I can't even tell if this is supposed to be or not, but I'm not counting that. I'm going to go with maybe a spinning joint, but this gets really caught. He's got so much extra fur that comes down for his chin, for the back of his head, and then in his shoulder pad fur things. So all of that is blocking the motion of that head, which is really sad because I'd love to be able to turn his head all the way to the side, but I'm really afraid I'm going to break the figure. It doesn't go any further than this, which is very sad. I also am sad that they did not put joints in his ears. I would love to be able to flap his ears and stuff. I think that would be super, super cute, or at least in like an up, down, something, so he can kind of emote with the ears. I think that would be adorable. Unfortunately, not the case. All right, guys. Articulation in the arms. This is interesting. So I've seen this before on action figures, and I don't know how to describe it any of the times that I see it. It's like a double joint in the shoulder, I guess. So there's a joint in the front that goes back and forth like so. And then there's a ball joint inside of that joint that has the all the way around and the in out. So there's two ball joints kind of nestled inside of one another, which is very interesting, but adds extra emotion to it. So cool. So we got that there. He doesn't have any elbows because he's just so tiny. He's got these short little arms, but he does have a full ball joint in the hands, which is really nice. So we've got the in out and the all the way around. Then in the waist, we've got almost a full 360 degree here, but it doesn't get super creepy. We just go part way here, and then we can figure out which way is the front. So that's useful too. All right. Then he's got, is it a ball joint or is it, oh, it's just a twistable joint. He's got a twistable joint in the thigh and then a ball joint in the foot. So not a whole lot of motion here in the foot. Oh, goodness. So this is difficult to do because of the way that they did the spinning joint. But here's your up-down motion of the foot and then all the way around. So counting articulation the way that I usually do, I count any range of motion, any joint that has one range of motion as 1. So if it's just a spinning joint, it's 1. If it's a ball joint, it's 2 because it has the up, down, and the all the way around. So let's count the articulation. We've got, I'm going to count the neck only as 1 because I really can't get it to go up and down. So we've got 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20. So I counted 20 different points of articulation, and I believe the box actually advertised 18, so they counted a little bit differently than I did, and I'm not sure exactly how, but as long as I got a higher number than they did, I think I'm happy with it. I feel like it's a bonus. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw today and you have not had a chance yet, please do click that red subscribe button down below. Totally free for you guys, and it really helps support us, so please do that if you get a chance, and then share the channel with your friends and family so they can do the same. You can leave a like by hitting the thumbs up button. If you'd like to get notified of when we post new videos, you'll have to hit the subscribe, but after you've hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and that way it'll notify you every time we post new videos so you don't miss anything super awesome, because of course pretty much all the stuff I post is, well, pretty awesome. Alright guys, until next time, have a great time playing.